your journey to get to your dream doesn't start by your dream. It starts from the ground because your dream is up there. One problem is shoving one problem in you. You see? So you have to find a way to say, okay, here are my problems. Let me start with the first one to solve. Or let me start with the one that I know it's going to be quick to solve. Then finish with the hardest. And when you finish with the hardest one, you're going to feel there's a lot in your shoulders that has been removed. Because you're going through, it's like being in a gym. When I go to work, I normally take a nice long walk in the morning from here to Vengate. That's the way I gym. So for you to be able to conquer your obstacles, start with the easy one.
Yes, man.
Start with the easy one.
Yes. Gain that confidence from solving.
Because if you solve that first little one, you're going to be like, yeah, now I can do it. And then you're going to go in pushing. You're going to go in pushing. And you're going to solve them in no time. So people are like, dude, you're taking a walk from Gugulethu to Vengate. I'm like, guys, for me, it's my way of gym. It's my way of refreshing my mind. It's a way of affirming myself that, yeah, I am here and I'm here to live and to pursue every career that I want. And from where I am to where I want to be, I have to start where I am and push the dream that I'm in to get to where the dream that I want to be in. You see? Because the dream that I want is bigger than what I see now. So for me to get that big dream of mine, let me start with this small dream. As I've said in our VM that I love kids. I'm working as an educator at an educare. Kids, no matter how angry you are, there's always that one kid that will always change your mood. That will always put a smile on your face. So I've got this one child that always puts a smile on my face. But at work, you know, they're going to say, nah, it's favoritism over other kids. But you're like, I'm not the one that loves the kid. It's the kid that loves me. When it's breakfast time, the child wants me to feed him. Lunchtime, it's me. Because other educators, they're not feeding him the way that I feed him. When you feed a child, you don't just eat. You talk to the child. The mother's child always tells me that every time my baby is at home, he's always, Puti. I'm like, wow. He always remembers me. A child's love, it's one of the greatest love that God wants us to have. Because the love we have us at this age, it's not the real love.
Yeah, it's conditional love.
Yeah.
It's based on what are you doing for me now.
Yeah.
You give me money, I
give
love
me,
you.
I love you. You don't give me,
I don't love you.
You see? That's how it goes. But a child's love, you can shout a child, but that child is going to be sad that moment. The next minute, she wants you. You see? You can shout your daughter. She's going to cry, Daddy, but the next second, she's going to turn back to you and be like, Daddy, how are you? You see? Just simple talks with your baby. They change the day. They give you that affirmation that, yeah, I'm still alive. I'm not a father, but when it comes to me, I'm a father of children. Not by blood, but by my works. Kids love me. I love what I'm doing. I'm not just doing it for the sake of doing it. I'm not going to work for the sake of going to work. I'm going to work because of I love those kids. And I want those kids to have a future. And I want them to learn from where I've been also. You see?
Yes.
There are things when it comes to educators that people I can say don't do. Teach your child seasons of the year. Most of the educators, they don't. They just teach kids, here is a play corner, and then here is your sleeping place. You eat, you play, you eat, you play. There's nothing being taught. I teach my kids everything from the seasons of the year, from when summer starts, when it ends, to all those kind of seasons, to provinces. If you were to ask my kids, a 5-year-old would sing you the 9 provinces that we have here in South Africa. They can tell you summer starts when, ends when, winter starts when, ends when. That's something you would never, that you only get in primary. But I'm trying to teach them from an early age. When you go to primary, just already know from your surroundings. How is the day today? Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it raining? What season is it? You see? Kids always learn one thing all the time, because the 5-year-olds are going to go out of educate to primary. What they've been taught the years before I wasn't there, it's the same thing. They were taught same thing from one age to another. It's one thing. Even the morning rings, it's one thing. So I always try and bring something new. Let my kids watch Cocomelon. Let's sing along. It's the educational way.
Content.
Yeah. So every time we watch Cocomelon, if not, we have a movie night, a movie day, which always happens Fridays. I'm a part of the creative people on the crèche. So what I do, I always do it DIYs. Everything that has to do with hands, doing it your own. I always love that. Arts and craft, that's me. So I always try by all means doing something new for each and every holiday. We had Father's Day and the Youth Day, Sunday. Did something so nice for the kids to take home for their fathers. And the educators were like, why are the Father's Day cards so smart than the Mother's Day cards? I'm like, guys, us as men, we're not important. We're not in the calendar. So for us to feel important, we must make everything important. Because mothers are there in the calendar, we're not. Youth is there, but fathers are not. Why? Why is that? But we also play a big role in doing everything for our kids. But we're not appreciated enough. That's the way I can put it. We're not appreciated enough.
And yes, you made a very important point about that. We are not appreciated enough, because this is one of the things that I also see that's lacking out there.
Yeah,
the focus. I'm not saying it's not applicable for women to be the focus to be put on them. But I feel like we get to a point where we are neglected. We're only seen as the people that just have to get the money, protect the family. And there's much more to being a father than just putting food on the table.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
We literally have to put in values in our kids as well. And that's one of the most important thing I can ever do, because I found myself at one point not having an income, but that did not take me away from raising my own child. Because nothing beats presence.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Presence. That child will never forget you were there. They will never forget the lessons that you instilled in them. And fatherhood has excited me as a person. It made me see how I still have plenty to offer.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Bob. I still have plenty to offer, and most importantly, I'm doing it for that little girl, not for someone else to see. It's for that little girl
to see a role model in you.
to see exactly a daughter's first love always is a father.
Yeah.
That's the man. So to me, my role is to prepare her for whoever's gonna get to marry her one day.
Yeah, man.
But funagayazi but she comes from a place of love.
Yeah.
This is what her father. Yeah, but that's why I teach her she's royalty. She's a princess.
Yeah.
And any man who doesn't treat her like a princess doesn't deserve her.
Yeah, man.
Even from a young, early age. She's 3 years old now, but it's never too early to start.
Such presence.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Funagayas, but her dad is a hero, man.
It's over.
That's the most important thing. This world, a lot of things can happen. That's why I'm gonna be there. The first walk, I was there. Sorry. Her going to crash for the first time, I would have loved to be there. She started this year in February.
Wow.
And it feels like it's been a while. You forget, especially when we don't have time to reflect on how quickly time can go. It went from her being, what am I gonna do now?
Yeah.
My little girl is no longer by my side now. She needs to be in the presence of abanye abantwana abanjengayo. She needs to go and learn. And those are the fundamental things. And I think as a parent, you don't have to be biologically one.
Yeah.
But I take from what my mom and how she raised us to be fearless, for us to be humble, for us to have respect, for us to understand that even though we might not have at this moment, but we can work towards having. Sacrifices most importantly.
Yeah, man.
Like the moment you become a parent, certain things should click in you. And I'm so glad that my child came at a time where I was already done with other things. I couldn't play with myself. To saying, okay, now I need to be this person who's friend-centric. Yeah, but I'd already done revision of what kind of people I would love to have around me, and the people I grew up with were not those people.
Yeah, man.
I am not my environment. I've always told myself that I'm much bigger than this place. But God is putting me here because He wants me to learn how to handle now.
Yeah, man.
Like I can't own a mansion if I can't take care of this Wendy house.
Yeah.
You see? So He's looking at me and like, what are you doing with that 1 rand? So that I can bless you with 10 rand.
You see?
So that I can bless you with 100. If you can't handle that 1 rand, how are you going to handle 10? 1,000?
You're not going to be able.
10,000 and even more.
Yeah.
So those are one of the things that also is in Kumbuzai. I'm not just preparing a future for myself, it's also for that little girl as well. Who
your life is in her.
as time goes, she's not going to be little anymore.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to have to accept, but my little girl is not little anymore.
Yeah.
You see, the same way I think it was also hard for our parents to deal with that when it came to us. Which now we are no longer boys now.
No.
We were young men. Yeah, boy. And life is about growth, man, Tamagen.
Yeah, man.
And then in the Boni Day, it's about growth. And
if you're not willing to learn how to grow, you're not going to go anywhere.
Exactly. And Kanyan and Tolwana made this point on the podcast to say we have to admit that the pen does drop.
Yeah.
Where as we grow, everyone goes their separate ways. We have to be fine with that.
Yeah.
Like it's okay for you to outgrow me.
Phase.
Yeah, it's really a growing
you
phrase.
You have to find yourself in the world. Find your ground.
We can't stay comfortable, and we can't be kids forever.
Nah, man. Nah.
I was looking the other day. It was like I'm nearly 30 years old now.
You see?
Like there's a 15-year-old just looking at me and be like, I wonder what that dude can teach me. Because we focus so much on the negatives. Not everyone is
always positive.
Yes. And one of my key components is I'm trying to make positivity go viral.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I want anyone who gets to visit my content to understand that this is not a place for you to be negative. This is where I give you hope. This is where I give you
We don't destroy, we build here.
Exactly. We are builders by nature.
Builders by nature, yeah.
This world tricks us. And we thrive in trying to destroy, but the outcomes of destroying are far detrimental than building.
And it's very easy to destroy than to build.
Very, because you didn't build that.
Yeah. Because if I chose to destroy my family home, I would have.
Where would you have lived?
You see, I would be in a druggy, doing something else, but I chose a better life for myself.
Let's talk about our section.
Yeah, man.
What's the most worrying thing that you've noticed around where you live currently at the moment?
Unemployment, bro. Unemployment. It's one of the things that worries me with our section, because we've got grade 12s, we've got diplomats, we've got people that have studied further, but no job. And what I taught myself is that fine, I've got the certificates and everything, but I'm not getting the job that I studied for. What am I gonna do?
I think that's the reality most of us actually run away from.
Yeah.
That there's too many graduates in South Africa and not enough people to hire those graduates for what they went to varsity for.
Yeah.
And I can just pinpoint as well, Guti, too many of us are working in a system that is already built for us to fail.
Yeah, man.
No one wants to create jobs now. Everyone wants to work for someone.
Yeah.
No one wants to discover themselves now. Everyone wants to play it safe. And like you said, with unemployment, it's detrimental, man. Not having the basics. And you can see the ripple effects of apartheid.
Yeah, dude.
Like working our people.
They're showing out. Yeah. So yeah, man. We've got all these people but no job. So as for me, I told myself, like, fine, I've got everything, I've got my certificates, but I'm not getting the job that I want. Now, let me do what? Let me get the job that I love.
Yes.
Without any qualifications. Went to teach kids. Straight to educate. Did what I love. I love kids. For me to get to what I studied for, let me start from where I didn't study for. Because where I'm starting from, it's gonna get me to where I'm going. Your journey to get to your dream doesn't start by your dream. It starts from the ground, because your dream is up there.
Very important what you just said.
Build those stones. Build that house. Build that way to your dream. I am gonna start from scratch. From scratch, I go study for the course of being a crèche educator. All those, I get those. I'm going somewhere else. I get a job somewhere else. You see, that pays more than where I am, and also has benefits. When I get those benefits, I make sure that I'm going to try by all means to get to that dream. And I don't have it. As a person, you mustn't have one dream. Because if you have one dream and you don't reach it, where are you going to fall in? You must have a dream that you're going to fall for. If you're not reaching that dream, at least you've got another dream to chase. But that dream is going to take you back to where you wanted to go. I want to be a fashion designer. I want to be a musician. For me to get there, I want to be in part of the travel and tourism agency. For me to get there, I have to start somewhere. Create a good CV for myself. So that when they see that CV, they just like, perfect fit. Come in for the job. Not for the interview, because the resume speaks on its own. And what I've learned when it comes to the corporate world, don't get yourself a thick CV. No, don't try that, because you're not gonna go anywhere. Nah,
lying
don't.
about qualifications. You don't need to do that.
No. If you don't have an experience, just say I don't have an experience, but I'm hungry.
Yes.
To learn. That's one thing that I've seen. You must have hunger. You must not just say, "Nah, I need work."
You must be hungry.
Yeah. You must be a hungry lion. Because if you're not hungry, you're just saying, "Nah, I want something to put on the table." Then you're not gonna wake up with that rejuvenation when you get the job. You're not.
Just wanna feed yourself.
Yeah.
Become good. That's all.
That's how us youth people have to learn that you're not gonna get there without starting somewhere. You start somewhere to get somewhere. And by getting there, you're not going there alone. You need to pray. You need to ask guidance from your parents, from the angels. Because our parents are angels. We must call on them to guide us, to help us out, to show us which door to knock on for us to get to where we're going. Not just go by your mind, go by your knowledge, because your knowledge can disappoint you at some point. It's going to disappoint you big time.
This is where faith plays a huge part.
Yeah. So, with faith, even if you don't have a CV, just go there. Talk to them. What they want is what they want to hear. What's going to come out of that mouth?
The paper won't speak for you. You need to speak for yourself.
You might write it in every beautiful way.
Take some tips, maniacs. Take some tips from this man.
You might write it in every beautiful way, in a very cooperative way that even a CEO will be like, "Come sit next to me." But when you get there, you have to say what's on the CV. And then you're like, I'm blank. You see?
Because you lied.
You lied, bruh. You lied. So, your CV is your mouth. Talking about yourself. And knowing what the company needs. You see? When you're going there, you're going to talk with your mouth, but prepare yourself. Do some research about the company, about their mission and their vision. And look at the stats that they have, what they're in need of. Try and find a way that you can be able to show them that you can do what they need. You can give them what they need. Your talking is the one that's going to confirm to them that this is the person we need. Not your paper, not your resume. Your resume is not going to work for you. You're going to work for yourself. So for you to get there, affirm yourself that I can do it. Ask guidance from your parents. Ask guidance from God. Each and every second. Even if you're walking there, just say, Lord, take over. Let it not be me talking. Let it be you talking through me to them.
Be a vessel.
Yeah.
We are all vessels. The gift that I have doesn't belong to me. It belongs to him. He can take it away if I take it for granted at any point. Because just imagine all these years. Because, in us growing up, there's this thing called jealousy. And jealousy does exist, yeah? It exists where people will interpret that you're making yourself as if you're better than others. It's never about that.
Yeah.
It's always about you knowing what you are capable of and leading with that.
Okay.
So when I start Motivational Maniac podcast, it's never about someone else. It's about me telling my story.
Yeah.
It's about owning my voice and owning my gift and everything that I do, because a majority of the things that I picked up is that everything you need will follow as long as you lead with what you're supposed to do. I thought I needed equipment. I didn't. I was just making excuses. All I needed was what I had, and that was a smartphone.
You see? And you got that smartphone and you did great. Now where we are, you have something that you didn't think you can have.
Exactly.
You see?
But that
just
thing didn't come.
There,
yes.
Just by starting there, down there, that ground builds you up to what you have now. Because if you, like, really, you made excuses, even though you had a phone, you're like, nah, it's not gonna work. Where would you be now? Nowhere.
It wouldn't have even been started.
No.
You made the point earlier on about starting.
Back in the years, we used to talk about it. We used to chit and chat about it. You had everything in front of you, but you didn't know it then. Now you found it out that, nah, man, this can work with this one thing. Now you use that one thing, it brought up 10 things. That one little thing brought up 10 things. Now you have equipment that you're using.
And I'm appreciative of what I have now.
You started from a cell phone. Now you have a fully equipped equipment to do your podcast. Only by the grace of God. With the mind that He has instilled in you.
Yes, man.
And the strength for you to be able to get the equipment that you have now.
And what you're reminding me is the fact that someone else can do what I do, as long as they put determination in everything that they do.
And put your head down and be humble.
Yes, man. Yes.
When you're humble, you know, great things happen to humble people. People receive things, good things, without even asking for them. Why? Because they're down to earth. They always have an open hand. That's you. You're down to earth. You have an open hand. You're a good listener. You are a great soundboard, if I can say it so. You're a great soundboard. Because every time we used to chit chat, from when I came back from work, you always motivated me. Even though people may see that you're doing this podcast now, it didn't start now. You didn't have equipment then, but you're motivational in all ways. Because when I bring an issue to you, you always come up with a solution and also come up with the motivation. You don't just say, "Oh, this is not gonna work." You always find a way to fix it. You are a fixer. Do you get me? So I'm thankful to have a friend like you, a brother like you. Because each and every time I always listen to your podcast on Facebook, on YouTube, even on WhatsApp. I always listen to your podcast and I'm like, dude, you started from nothing, but you're going somewhere. And where you're going, you're not going to end there. You're still going far. You're not just going to be a motivational speaker for us. You're going to be a motivational speaker for the whole world, bruh. Because what you're saying is what you've been through. For people to get motivated, they get motivated by your struggles. Your struggles are the ones that uplift other people. You might not see it, but they uplift other people. I also get uplifted, and I'm really thankful to God to have you in my life, man. Thank you for having you in my life, and I thank God for the parents that He has given you. Because if it wasn't you, someone else would be doing something else. If you didn't have that mind of being able to be motivational, you would be doing something else with your life, not knowing that you've got a great gift of being a motivational speaker. You see, you're not only watched here in SA, even abroad. They watch you, they listen to you. So each and every time, man, just be thankful. Just be thankful. Because what you have, other people don't have.
Yes, man.
Other people don't. They want to do what you're doing, but they don't have the means and the right knowledge on how to go about it. An influencer, it's not easy, bro.
They make it easy, man.
Nah, it's not. Nah. At first you get too many people saying, nah, just let it be. Just leave it. It's not for you. It's not your platform. But you pushed. And I'm sure you got people that said, nah, man, it's not your platform. You're not good at it. But you pushed. Look where you are now. That's all I'm going to say.
Those are very encouraging words, man. I always say that's jet fuel. Especially to a person who has seen me way beyond this whole thing even started in the first place. And it's quite a reminder again, Guti, it's my responsibility to push it, man.
Yeah, man.
To expand it, to broaden it. And I'm such in awe of you as well as a person, because you could have chosen other people to come to at that time. I had nothing practically at the time, but you were like, I like being around this person. And
your aura is that aura that attracts good energy. My energy felt relaxed and chilled when I was with you, because everything we discussed, we're not in a hurry, we just chilled, trying to find resolutions for it, how to fix it. You always motivated me on how to fix what I have, how can I change where I've done wrong, you see. So keep on, man, just keep on.
I hope you're hearing this, maniacs. I'd like to just say something to the future me. When I do go back on these things, there are moments where you feel like what you're doing has no significance, right up until it does have a significance. This is to the future me. I want you to know that what you are doing right now is significant. Whatever you do right now is going to be contributing towards the future you.
Yeah, man.
And whatever decision you make sure it's a decision that will empower you, make you great, give life. Because you know, the real ones must speak life. And I do see myself as one of those people that speaks life into others, not just into my own self, but into others as well. So for the influence that I had towards you, and you seeing me manifest into that thing that like a part of you is always like, I always knew he was gonna be this person.
Man.
It was just a matter of time.
You spoke to those dry bones and they became life.
Like God created the world, he said, let there be light. And there was light. He did not build light.
No, he is light.
Kanya Nontolana the other day told me, I put a status, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. He said, sometimes you are the light. In most instances, when there's no light, you are the light.
That's how.
And he's like, your journey is not done, brother.
Never.
Your journey, this is only the big. You are far from finished. You are very far from finished, and God is still working with you. And he's still going to bless you with even more, brother. That is what something I'm appreciative of. Uguti, I leave you with something that money can't buy. You know, anybody and anyone can buy you something and you can love them for that moment.
Yeah.
You use up what they bought you and the next thing you've forgotten about that person.
Yeah, man.
You're looking for the next person to buy the next thing. But a person who constantly motivates and shows how appreciative they are of you, because I'm not in the using business. I've always said this. People don't like being told the hard facts about themselves. And I like being around people that can be honest towards me, not who's gonna lie. The lie is comfort, but the truth frees you. So if I'm around you and you constantly tell me what I want to hear, you are damaging me. You are ruining me. And next thing now, I'm like, if I'm always gonna be around naysayers, what am I gonna become?
One of them.
Exactly. Hang around bums and you become a bum yourself.
Yeah. So just separate yourself from it all.
Because you ain't missing out on anything.
Nothing.
You're having fun. You're not missing out on anything. Because Monday will come.
Yeah.
And then what happens? You don't have a hangover. They do.
Yeah.
They busy asking you, why are you happy on a Monday? Why are you so upbeat? I'm like, hello? It's a brand new day. Why shouldn't I be upbeat? Like, I'm still part of the living. I'm a step closer to my dreams.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And if you vision your dream, then you're gonna reach it. If you put your mind into it, then you're gonna reach it. It's all about where your mind is at. Do your best, man. Be you. I'll always appreciate you, bro, because you are really a motivator. Like, seriously, yeah. And I'm really thankful for this time that we spoke over the phone. I like, when you told me that we need to have a session, I was like, dude,
You've been waiting for this.
I'm gonna make sure that I get an opening for my brother. No matter how hard it is, I'm gonna make time and make an opening for you, because I know you're gonna fill me with something great. You're gonna pour into my cup.
Like that video.
Yeah. You're gonna pour into my cup, and my cup will overflow.
Exactly.
As in, like, it's overflowed already. I started from church, not knowing day before that I'm gonna go to church. Day before I was busy chilling with friends, doing what we do as friends. Next day I wake up with this thought of me having to go back to church and reconnect, because I've been disconnected for quite some time. I've been busy with the worldly things.
But you make progress today.
Yeah,
you
man.
know that. When you go to sleep tonight, you should be proud of yourself. You are making yourself proud every day. And yes, Mangena, I want to remind you of how important you are, first of all, to yourself, and also how, like I always remind you, you owe it to yourself to become the person that you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, you can find any excuse in the book to not get what you want, but excuses are just the bullshit story you tell yourself to prevent yourself from being great.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's how it is.
So no matter how indulged you are in worldly things, you're only human at the end of the day. Yeah, well. But at any point, that even if you make one move that is going to be taking you away from those worldly things and getting you back to, like, Kaloku, what I always say is that when you leave an inner circle of people that is not benefiting you, you don't leave them at one go. You leave piece by piece. You see, the other thing that you also have power to do is the fact that you can be around them, but you don't act like them.
Yeah.
You can do ungodly things, but Sunday you're at church, because that is the decision that you made. Because it's the relationship you have with your Creator.
Yeah, man. And finding a way to go back to Him. Because I didn't know yesterday that I was going to go to church.
You didn't plan.
I didn't plan it. I told myself, fine, I'm going to wake up, go chill with friends on a Sunday, do a Sunday chill. Woke up with worship, with prayer on my soul. There was worship, there was prayer. I'm like, okay, what's happening? Like, let me just prepare myself. Because at some point, we all have spiritual beings. We've got spiritual men that always need to be rejuvenated. Apart from our skin, our flesh, we have a spiritual being that needs to be rejuvenated each and every time. My spiritual being was the one that was singing, was the one that was praying, not knowing that it's gonna take me up to go to church. I didn't plan to go to church. I didn't have any plans of going to church. But my spiritual man made sure that I go reconnect because I've been disconnected. I'm a worshipper normally at church, but as earthly things came, they pushed me away from Christ. Every time I try to find a way to go to church, there's always an issue that I have to solve. There's always something that I have to do. As from now on, I want to go back to that old me that was able to connect with my Creator. If I don't do that, my spiritual man will die. My spiritual man will die. And what I can tell you is that worship and that praise and that prayer that woke me up, it was a sign of telling me that you're losing your way. I'm dying inside. I need that vine. So what I did, woke up, washed, cleaned, went to mall, came back, got ready, went to church, arrived at church. I arrived when they were worshiping, and the worship they were worshiping took me back to when I was like straight into church. Everything, Sunday was Sunday. It took me back to Sunday being Sunday. When I knew that each and everything I can do Monday to Saturday, Sunday is for God only. So I'm like, wow, you bringing me back, Lord. You're reconnecting me back to you. So let me tap into that vine. So I've tapped into it, and I'm sure, and I'm pretty sure, and I know by faith that God will do great things in my life. So I'm just thankful for not going by my own knowledge. It was not my own knowledge that made me go to church, because I can sit at home, listen to worship songs and pray, but I don't get rejuvenated. I need to be with other fellow worshippers for me to get that rejuvenation that I need. You know, when you need that adrenaline, you can't get it anywhere. You can sit in your bed and try to get it. You're not going to get it. There's one place that you have to get it, with other fellow worshippers. For you to be able to reconnect back, just tell yourself that whatever it is that I was doing doesn't matter now. Now it's time between me and God. They can say whatever they want, It's my time in God. That's all.
Yeah. This is so amazing to hear, man. Celebrate yourself.
Yeah.
Don't stop reminding yourself of how important of the move that you made to get yourself to where you are currently right now. Now I think I needed time as well to hear how you were doing, because I'm really concerned about how are you dealing with the everyday daily struggle.
Yeah, man.
That's why I reached out. And even the last time when I had that conversation now, it took me back as well. You say, Yazi, no matter what people do go through, but kungamlibali especially through struggle, man. And as we are vulnerable, man, that's the other thing. We are creatures of emotions.
Yeah.
And when we don't allow ourselves to feel what we're supposed to feel, I think that is when we prevent ourselves from living.
So much.
When we blame ourselves, hey, I'm in this position because of me. But eventually the blame has to stop and you have to take responsibility.
Yeah, man. The blame game doesn't work out.
Exactly.
No, it doesn't.
We're not saying don't say it's not your, but not everything is your fault.
Yeah.
But
just
you
know
do have
how
power.
to pick yourself up.
It's not about what happens to you. It's
Yeah.
about what you do, about what happens to you. And I just want you to remain strong, especially Glendale that you find yourself in, because you are all going to be met with even more difficulty, especially when we try to turn the corner.
Oh.
Many people were telling me this thing won't work out. I'm like, I don't care about your opinion.
Yeah.
Your opinion is your truth, not mine. And it's always coming from people who have never done or tried anything in their lives.
That's how it goes.
So if I'm going to be listening to people who have never done anything, where am I going to find myself? I'm going to find myself being in the same shoes as them.
Because failures will always recruit people to be failures also.
Exactly. Misery loves company.
Yeah.
Doesn't it work that way? Miserable people are always trying to find miserable people. And you know, when people are against you, they will try to recruit others as well.
Okay. And on that point, you know, when I got a job, my first paycheck, like, I didn't tell anyone was that by the end of the month I'm getting paid. But there was a girl that came and said, now you're working, now you're not buying me anything. I'm like, did you give me a job? First things first. If you gave me a job, or you found a job for me that I'm working in now, then I would be able to say thank you. You didn't do anything. It was all me. I stood up, I went and look for work. I got the job. Now when I'm getting paid, you're the first one. Huh? Like, you're not being real. And she was like, oh, now you're working, you like this? I was like, yeah, I'm like this. Go find yourself a job, and then you're gonna also be like me. Done. And she was shocked. And I was like, nah, I don't play like that. You guys are always after people's money. That's what I see. You're not looking for a job, you're looking for people's money.
You pocket watching.
Jenny.
You're trying to watch my pockets.
Gee.
Be careful of pocket watchers, maniacs. The moment things start coming right for you,
they're gonna be the first.
They are gonna be pocket watchers all around you. They will remind you, remember when I did this for you?
Okay. If you have a bag on your way to work, just make sure that wallet stays in the bag. It never stays in your pocket. Because if it stays in your pocket, they're gonna ask, can you leave me some? Month end, can you leave me some? All the time, can you leave me some? And they're not looking for work with the money they're asking from you. They want it for what? For drinking and doing other silly things. It would have been better if it was a person that would be like, can you please give me some, I want to go to my CV and go apply for a job.
There's this post that is here.
Okay.
I want to go there and see what, I want to try my luck.
And then see if I won't be able to help him out or her out. But if you're going to ask money from me for alcohol, dude, I didn't go to work for alcohol. I went to work for my home. So I don't have money for alcohol. If you've got money for alcohol, you can let me drink your alcohol, but just know I don't have money for alcohol. You see?
Don't
if
buy
you need
me
company,
yes.
If you need someone to drink with, I am available. I'm available. But when it comes to me taking out my money for alcohol, nah. That's where the buck stops. I don't take out my money for alcohol. I've got better things to do. I've got a home to take care of.
Standing on business.
Yeah. I've got a home to take care of. I've got a family that's always on my back, watching me what I do. So I have to make sure that everything I do is nice and correct for me, not for my family. So that my family will always see, okay, he's doing good, even though we're on his back. And then they're gonna let you go. Don't misuse money for alcohol, bruh. If you've got a change from the money that you used on good things, if you've got change, then you can buy yourself even a liter for wine and sit at home and celebrate for all the accomplishments you've done.
I paid my bills this month.
I paid my bills.
Let me celebrate.
Yeah, now let me celebrate me being able to pay my bills and pay everything. Not just take your money and go straight to alcohol. Nah, man. If you don't have a change, you don't. Just say, I'm thankful I've done all my duties that I had to do. Alcohol will come on its own. So that's me.
The guilt trip that we face, yes?
You.
Yeah, I think this is everything that we needed to cover for now. But I'm so thankful for the fact that you made time, you made the effort.
Yeah, man.
And I'm so happy for you that you're making your progress once again.
Yeah.
By going to church today is something big, because I know how important church is for you.
Yeah.
And I know how important your relationship is with your Creator. And Maniacs, it's so important for us to fix our relationship with the Almighty. There are different ways in which we connect with the higher power, and
Yes.
don't think that someone else must do the same way that you do. And in most cases, that person, they need to have that thought to say, I think I'm disconnected, like you were saying for the entirety of the episode, which led you to a place where you were able now to reconnect and come back and do what you were supposed to do.
Yeah.
You're human at the end of the day. Temptation will come. Sometimes you're going to give into that temptation, but Pinduzubuyisele again.
Yeah, man.
Talk to yourself again and be like, am I becoming lo mntu ngoku? This is not me.
Yeah.
And to future episodes as well, there's many people who are going to be sitting on this couch and I'm going to be conversating nabo. And it's so important for me to gain insight into how a person thinks about themselves.
Yeah, man.
Too many people have opinions about what's going on outside. They have no opinions about themselves. The main concern is you, not what's happening on TV, who and who got money.
Yeah.
When are you gonna get money? When are yourself?
Man.
When are you gonna dust yourself up and be like, no, man,
I've had enough.
enough is enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm tired of being tired.
Yeah, man.
It's time for me to get up now, and I just want to leave it on this note to say, whoever told you it's gonna be easy lied to you.
Yeah.
Getting your life back on track is not easy. To anyone who's also fighting any form of addiction, whether it's drug, it's alcohol, you fighting against that addiction. It's not going to be easy. You want me to lie to you and say it's not.
That's not.
But the moment you are still dwelling and doing that, it means you're still comfortable with ruining yourself, and that's okay. Up until you as the person make the decision, we can offer as much help as we can. I can ask you as much as I can for you to subscribe, to listen, to do all those things, but you have to make the choice yourself.
Mine.
All the power I have is making sure the content is out there. It is on social media. Like I said, my audience, a majority of it on YouTube is in the United States of America, not South Africa. You see? So not everyone you know is going to support you. No one wants you to do better than them.
No one wants you to shine. They want to shine
alone.
You stay at the back seat.
Yes.
Let them shine, and you're going to be the one that gives them that shine, but you're going to sit at the back seat.
One of my most favorite quotes, success is for rent, and the rent is due every day.
Every day, bro. Every day.
Every single day, you decide whether you're going to be a success or not. Today was a successful day for the both of us. We came through on what we said we were going to do.
Yeah.
That is success.
Being able to conquer. Being able to...
How many things would have stopped us from going through Yongeland that we were supposed to go through? So to everyone who's still listening, subscribing, interacting, even if you maybe don't reach out to me, if this content is bringing something that will give you initiative, something that is positive in your life, I've done my part.
Yeah.
The rest is totally up to you. Whatever you do to use this information, because the main thing is that I want to give voice to the voiceless.
Yes.
I didn't have a voice as well until I decided I'm going to do this.
Yeah, man.
So I'm quite thankful, Mangena, for you coming through. We're going to have plenty of these episodes. And then over time, there's going to be a camera.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We're going to move from voice to but God is like, I want you here now.
Don't rush. Don't rush God.
Don't rush God.
Don't rush God. Because God won't do it your way. Because He knows where He wants you to be. So just appreciate where you are. So to all the youth, since we are in Youth Month, I just want to say, stand up, dust yourself off, and start chasing your dream.
Yes. You're not going to be young forever.
Never. Dude, I'm 30. Never thought I would still be here at this age.
Yeah.
Because some of my friends are no more.
Yeah.
You see? Some of my friends are no more. I'm thankful each and every day that I'm still alive. For even a breath that I'm taking. It's not mine. We're living in borrowed times, guys. We're living in borrowed times.
And you must use your youth to your advantage, man. While you're young and vibey, go out there, make mistakes.
Man.
Look for yourself, fail, succeed, get up. If you
don't fail, if you don't get messy, then you're not gonna know how to pick yourself up. You must be down and out for you to be able to reach that point of saying enough is enough. And the last thing is that ask God and your angels, which are your parents, to guide you and give you wisdom.
You don't know everything.
Actually, you know nothing. You know nothing. You don't know how the day will be. You're just going through the day and you're seeing it when it ends. But oh, this day was like this. You knew nothing. So just say, God, thank you for letting me go through the day even though I knew nothing. Because at the end of the day, going through the day gives me a testimony. It's a testimony of where you've been and where you're going. So just be thankful. Each and every morning, tell yourself you are enough. You can do it. And always be good to each and everyone you see.
Treat everyone the same way.
Yeah. That's all that I can say. Happy Youth Month to everyone.
Thank you so much, Mangena, for your presence, man, and to my audience as well. I'm going to continue having such impeccable people because I love having conversations. I am very interested in people, and
as much as we are interested in you.
Yes, as much as you guys might be interested in my message. To me, I said when the season started, it's not about me this season, it's about the guest. It's about who gets to sit next to me now. You see, it's no longer about me.
Thanks for the privilege.
Thank you so much for coming through. As the motivational maniac, I go by the name of Koyana. If you did gain value, please do use this to your advantage, because you only get this one opportunity to live, and if you don't make use of the life that you do have, then it's your fault. Like when you succeed, it's your fault. When you don't succeed, it's your fault as well.
No one else.
Yeah, no one else's. So as the motivational maniac, I'd like to thank you for coming to my show.
Thank you, man.
I'm highly appreciative of you as a person. I'm in complete awe. I respect you so much. You helped me a lot in ways that you might not realize, and I know you're still going to help me along the journey. You're going to tell other people about me, but that's not the main thing. The main thing is the fact that I have a very positive outlook towards your life as well, and the influence, and you being an acknowledgement of my work and what I've built is something that I highly do appreciate, man. Now I'm always in awe, and also I wish you all the best with Amapupa Koyabo.
Thank you.
You're telling me that you're starting over again, and life is about starting over and over again. Yeah, but even if they knock down our castle, we're gonna build it up again. They knock it down, we're gonna build it up again. And you ask, like, sir, I need to start there. The same way I started with that cell phone. And for 2 years, the first 2 seasons, nobody was listening. But I was like, I'm not doing this for nobody. I'm doing this for myself. Up until they started to listen. And my best friend says, Gumba, you know there are going to be people who are going to catch your show on season 10. But no one was there at season 1, season 2, season 3. They're going to start going back and say, where did this guy start? And then when they go on my Facebook, they see me there doing those lives, doing everything that I did, because I want to be able to track my own road to success, my own road to my dream, and ingabi into where I just got there, right there, I'm on top. It didn't happen like that. See me struggle now, see me walk alone. And in order for us to succeed, there is some craziness that's behind that. You have to be crazy, you have to be the stupid person. You have to believe in it more than anybody else does. And even when they say it is not possible, you still say it is possible. On a last note, they didn't believe in us.
They didn't.
But God did. Namaste and shalom.